Hey folks, Sam from Geeker Bleeps here. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's great to see you all. Now, regular watchers of my channel may know that I usually do a digging deeper section within my videos, and that's usually on some of the artifacts that I find whilst out digging. This week, however, I'm doing something a little bit different. So I'm actually doing a standalone special on my kind of top tips for a beginner. So these are all the things that I've kind of learned along the way so far that I'd like to actually share with you to help you whilst on your journey as well. So if you're a seasoned detectorist, many apologies, because you'll probably know some of this stuff already. So sorry about that. But anyway, let's get started. Tip 1. So before even thinking about investing in a detector, make sure you know where you can dig. Sounds simple enough, but where you can legally dig is really important. So don't just presume you can dig anywhere. All land in this country is owned by somebody, so either privately, owned by the council or the Crown Estate. So do your research. So for example, in my last video, I detected on a beach. I checked the Crown Estate website to see if I could detect on there, which I could, tick. And then I also checked to have a look at which points on the beach I could detect on. So I was under the impression that actually, if I could dig and detect on there, then it could be anywhere on that beach. Actually, not so. So I learned something new then, and it's actually from the in-between point between the foreshore mean high water point of the beach and the low water point of the beach. So I didn't know that, found out something new. That leads me on to my second tip. So choosing your detector that suits your needs, your budget, and the land that you're going to be detecting on is really important. Okay, so I have a selection here of the detectors that we've got in our family, and there are detectors that are better suited to different types of land. So it's always better to, like I say, do your research on the type of land that you're going to be detecting on, and obviously matching that against the detector you're going to choose. Mine is the Minelab Equinox 800, and I absolutely love it. It's fantastic. I love the way that it works. The only thing I would say is it is at 1.35 kilograms. It's quite heavy. So after hours and hours of swinging it in the field, I do get a bit of an achy arm afterwards. So really important. So when you're choosing a detector, like I say, the size and the weight of it is absolutely critical. So make sure that suits you. Next up is Lucy's machine, and she uses the Nokta Makro Simplex Plus. So and again, she really likes using this particular machine. A little bit heavier actually than mine, so she copes with it particularly well actually. And then over this side is my son's machine, GRIF's from GRIF-FINds. His machine here uses a Deus. Really lightweight, this particular one, and he loves it because of that. Goes swinging for hours and hours, and his control pad there is actually detachable and wireless as well. So in my honest opinion, you get what you pay for. So just resist the temptation of going and getting the cheap Chinese detectors. There are good entry-level detectors out there. This one here that Lucy uses, the Simplex, great starter. I think it was about 300 quid or so that we purchased that one for. But you know, it's all about what you actually need, what you're going to be detecting on, etc., and what's going to suit you in your budget. So there's some great dealerships out there, and they'll be able to give you some great advice as well on the type of machine that would help suit you and what you're looking to do. So look those up. So for example, you've got Regston's, LP, Unearthed, just to name but a few, but they'll be able to give you some great advice. Tip 3. So getting a permission to detect on someone else's land is tough, and it's going to be one of the hardest things that you'll have to do. You may get knocked back several times before success, but keep persevering because it's all worth it in the end. It's really important to gain the trust of the landowner as well. So set out those expectations right from the very beginning with them. So inform them that you'll be filling in your holes, your dug holes, you'll be taking the trash back with you and disposing of it responsibly, that you have National Council for Metal Detectors membership and insurance. And by the way, it's only about a tenner a year, so invest in that. There's a website as well. Their website will give you lots of information about permissions, getting permissions, and also the code of conduct as well, which is well worth a read. But if you are struggling to get a permission and desperate to get out there and try out your new equipment, then there are organised group digs, plenty of them out there. So it's a great opportunity to meet up with and make new friends while you're there as well, and learn from lots of experienced bods as well. So get searching out those too. So best of luck with that. Tip 4. So tip number 4 is getting the right tools to help you. I've got Lucy here to help me now. So let's have a look. This is all the equipment that we usually take with us on a dig, isn't it, Lucy?
Yes.
So what have you got first there?
So first we've got the spade.
Yep.
Handy for digging.
Absolutely. And we call him?
Jackson.
Now, he wasn't very much money, was he, Lucy? So how much did we spend on him?
It was about £15.
About £15.
Which is really good.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
It's very handy because it's small and easy to carry around.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice and lightweight. Wonderful. What else have we got there that we take with us?
We've got our box.
Yep, our finds box.
And this is very useful for either small things or really precious things like coin.
Yeah.
But inside this one we have padding, so it doesn't break in the box and it's nice and secure.
That's right, and it looks after them, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so finds box, a spade. What else have we got?
We've got our spray.
Our spray. We also take that with us, don't we, as well?
Yes, because something might be very, very muddy. You might need to see what it is,
Mhm.
and you just go.
Lovely. And we've just used an old bottle, haven't we?
Yeah, it's basically an old hairspray bottle.
Yeah.
Just put a sticker on it.
Yep, and some water inside.
yeah.
Okay, so we've got those. Next.
Gloves. Very, very, very useful. Because there could be something like small aluminium, sharp aluminium. Hi, Ted.
Some glass.
Glass. Anything like that, which could really hurt your fingers. So
Yeah.
Very important.
Very
Hello.
important. We've got Ted just joined us as well. Hello, Ted. He just has to get in on it, doesn't he,
Yeah.
Lucy? He just can't shy away from that camera, can he?
And then onto the bag. So with the bag, we've got our tool for digging.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to pull that out? So as well as all of that, we've got our finds bag. Really important there. This one actually goes around my waist. I've got loads of things attached to it, so it leaves my hands nice and free, so I can use my detector. And we've got there a digging tool. So again, this was just from DIY store. Looks like a trowel. Really sharp edges actually, just to cut through some of that ground when we're in the hole digging for our lovely treasures. Good stuff. So we've got that.
You can't just have this.
Mhm.
You also have to have this.
Yes, and what's that?
It's our pinpointer,
Yay!
which you'll try and find the thing. And
That's
then
it.
you'll have to dig it.
Dig it.
Or grab it out of the hole.
Yeah, so in the hole or the clod,
Clod.
push it in,
Boom.
hopefully, boom.
And then obviously we need the bag.
Yeah.
And inside the bag is just a lot of space, so you can put all your trashy items in.
Yeah, because we will get trash, won't we? Because we find trash,
Yeah.
don't we? No matter how good you are, how experienced you are, you're always going to find some trash. So take it home with you. Put it in your bag, take it home, get rid of it responsibly. Okay, what else we've got loose?
We've got headphones. Now there's two kind of headphones here. Ones which just make sure there's no noise and you can't hear any noise around you. Or this one which is kind of the same, but
Goes in your ear, doesn't
goes
it?
in your ear.
Yeah, so your brother GRIF-FINds goes in his ear. The ones we've got there, me and Lucy use those over the year, and really what we use them for is two things really. I mean, it's completely optional, but when it's outside in the countryside,
one, we don't want to disturb animals, we don't want to make too much noise,
Mhm.
and then also it blocks out a lot of sound around you, so you can hear what you are doing.
yeah,
Because when you were on the beach, you could not hear anything because of the sea.
Yeah, it was making such a loud crashing noise, wasn't it, that we couldn't actually hear anything at all. So having headphones there cancels out that noise, and you can really focus in on what you're looking for.
Spiders on me.
Oh, goodness. So I think they're the basic things, aren't they, that we take along with us. So hopefully that was helpful. There's so much choice out there. Obviously, you can spend lots of money in terms of getting all the specialist equipment, but also you can go into your local DIY store and pick up some of these bits and bobs, like your spade, your tool, your digging tool, etc., and your gloves, you know, and pick them up from there and save a few pennies from that way. So just make sure you choose something that's fit for purpose and obviously suits your needs. Fab, Lucy. Should we find out the next tip?
Yes.
Tip 5. Be realistic. Don't expect to find good stuff all of the time. So don't be hard on yourself when you're out detecting, especially in those early days when you're learning all about your machine and about the land. I dig everything. It's the only way to learn. And get used to your machine, the signals, the noises that come out, etc., etc. So don't give up, keep going. Some days you'll find some really, really cool stuff, and some days not much at all. Personally, I'm going through a bit of a barren spot at the moment. My latest video on the beach, didn't find a stitch. But hey, it was still really good fun, and I really, really enjoyed it. So enjoy that experience, enjoy that anticipation of what history will be revealed beneath your feet. Also, there's a fantastic community out there of like-minded detectorists with different specialisms and different experiences, and their videos are absolutely fantastic to watch and learn from. Plus, they're jolly nice people to boot as well. So, especially if you need some advice identifying a particular artefact, get in touch with them. I'm sure there's people out there that have been there, seen it, and will be able to give some of their advice on that. So get involved, check them out, and most importantly, have fun. That's what it's all about. Well, that's it from me. So a big thank you for watching, and I hope you found this really, really useful. Please like and subscribe if you wish to continue following my journey. And all that's left for me to say, happy digging, folks. And this is Geeker Bleeps, over and